Weekly profiles are price footprints on the chart that have repeated again and again. If combined with the economic calendar and higher time frame PD arrays, weekly profiles can provide you sniper entries and higher win rates. So in today's video, we are going to discuss what are weekly profiles, different types of weekly profiles, including Tuesday high and low of the week, Wednesday high and low of the week, consolidation Thursday reversal, seek and destroy bullish bearish Friday, consolidation midweek rally and decline, and lastly we will be seeing high probability way of trading weekly profiles. So first of all, study what are weekly profiles. So weekly profiles are basically daily price footprints or candles that have repeated multiple times in the previous decade or the 20 years, 30 years that we can use to anticipate how the price action will behave this week. If weekly profiles are combined with higher time frame BD arrays and economic calendar, then it could result in precise entries and higher win rates. Also, weekly profiles are of 5 types as we have discussed earlier: Tuesday high and low of the week, Wednesday high and low of the week, consolidation Thursday reversal, seek and destroy bullish bearish Friday, and consolidation midweek decline and rally. We will be seeing all of these 5 in detail. So let's get started with the first one, that is Tuesday high and low of the week. This weekly profile gets formed when Tuesday forms either the low of the week or the high of the week. Now when does this profile happen? This profile usually happens when there is high impact news, that is the red folder news is in the New York session on Tuesday. Now how can you trade this? First we will be looking at the schematic and then we will be moving on to real chart examples. If you are looking to trade this profile in a bullish manner, then wait for the higher time frame level to be taken out on Tuesday, and this becomes the week low, that is the current week's low, and then we can rally. Okay, and if you are looking to trade this profile in a bearish manner, look for a higher time frame level to be taken on Tuesday, that is T. And a basic note is that all these M, T, W, T, F all represent the days of the week. M represents Monday, T represents Tuesday, W Wednesday, T Thursday, and F Friday. So if you are looking to trade this profile in a bearish manner, look for a higher time frame level or equal highs to be taken on Tuesday. This is the Tuesday candle, and wait for it to show weakness and close back inside the higher time frame level. Then you can short here, placing a stop loss above here, targeting the lows. So let's look at a real time chart example to clarify things more. Here you can see we are making a classic Tuesday high of the week pattern. Why? Because as you can see, here was a red folder news, and what did we did on the red folder news? We came and tagged this 4-hour FVG. 4-hour FVG was tagged on the red folder news, and it started to show weakness on the lower time frame, which we will move on to in the next image. This is the 4-hour chart. First of all, what we are seeing, price tagged the 4-hour FVG, bearish FVG, in the Tuesday New York session during a red folder news. So what can we anticipate? We can anticipate that this week we will be seeing a Tuesday high of the week weekly profile. So let's move on to the lower time frame for executions. As you can see on the lower time frame chart, that is the 30-minute chart, we had a red folder news on this wick, and we tagged this 4-hour FVG on the red folder news. And what did we did then? The price started to show weakness. Then here you can see we had a minor structural break, and then we could have taken entry at this turtle soup on the 30-minute candles and targeted at least these lows. So what was this pattern? This was Tuesday high of the week profile or pattern, you can say. And how did we anticipated this? We anticipated this because we had a red folder news in the New York session on Tuesday. And what did we saw after the red folder news? We saw that price was showing weakness after the red folder news. So we anticipated that Tuesday could be the high of the week. and hence we shorted price towards the downside targets of this lows. Okay, now I have also attached the Tuesday low of the week example, which you can view it on your own because I need to keep the video short. Second type of weekly profiles at Wednesday high and low of the week. This is pretty similar to the Tuesday high and low of the week, but instead of having the red folder news on Tuesday, we have the red folder news on Wednesday in the New York session. This is the single difference between Tuesday high and low of the week and Wednesday high and low of the week. And what is the explanation or anticipation of this move? Basically, if you are playing this profile in a bullish manner, you will wait for the red folder news in the Wednesday NY session and wait for price to take a higher time frame level or equal lows and start to show strength as it closes back inside, and then you can long towards your targets if you are trying to play it bullishly. However, if you are trying to play this profile in a bearish manner, you will look for price to take out a higher time frame level or equal highs when we see the news on the New York session on Wednesday, and then when price starts to show weakness, you can short it towards the lows. Now let's look at a real time chart example. So here you can see we have a classic Wednesday high of the week pattern. What did this is a euro 1 day chart, and what did it do? It basically came and tagged the daily bearish OB. Also, it took out these highs, structural highs, or you can say equal highs, and closed back inside, starting to show weakness. So how would you have traded this? Let's move on to the lower time frame to see a better picture of execution and how would we have traded this. Now here you can see this was the daily bearish OB, and this also contained equal highs. So this would be our higher time frame level on the 4 hour. Now what did price do? Here on this wick we had the red folder news. Okay, so red folder news came out and took out this liquidity from the equal highs in the daily bearish OB. Then we started to see weakness as we broke this structure. This was a market structure shift, and as we tagged in this OB again, we looked for shorts targeting at least these lows. So as you can see, utilizing the Wednesday high of the week pattern, we took a euro short anticipating on the red folder news in the NY session. So I've also attached the Wednesday low of the week example in the PDF attached below. You can download it. I'm not explaining it here. It is pretty similar. I just want to keep the video short and sweet. Now let's move on to a third type of example, that is consolidation Thursday reversal. Now this type of profile usually occurs when the first 3 days, that is Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, are pretty slow or low volatility, and on Thursday we get an aggressive purge of the lows. If we are looking for a bullish scenario using the Thursday reversal pattern, we will look for an aggressive purge of the lows and a closure back above the higher time frame level. And when the price will close back above the higher time frame level, you can look for longs. There are only two important things to remember regarding this profile. Firstly, the first 3 days must be slow or low volatility. Secondly, you must identify a higher time frame level whose stops are taken on the red folder news on Thursday and price closes back inside the higher time frame level, and then you can long. If you are looking for a bearish scenario using this profile, that is the Thursday consolidation reversal, what will you look for? You will look for, first of all, that the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday are either slow or low volatile. Then on Thursday in the NY session, you will look for a red folder news. Once after the red folder news, you will look for price to take out the higher time frame level or equal highs. And once price takes out the higher time frame level or equal highs and closes back inside, it will be a trigger for you to short towards the lower targets. Now let's move on to a real-time example. Now here you can see this is an example of a consolidation Thursday reversal pattern, and this is in a bullish case. What do we have on the chart? This is a Dixie 4-hour chart. Now on this news, that is on the CPI news, which is a red folder news, and it came out in the NY session, what did price do? Price took out these lows and closed back above the intra-week lows. This gave us a sign that there was strength in the market for Dixie. Hence, it would make sense if we start to long Dixie from here, targeting at least these equal highs. So let's move on to a lower time frame to see the better execution and how I would have taken this trade. Now here you can see on the Dixie 30-minute chart of the same example, we took out the lows at the intra-week and gave a market structure break on the 30 minutes time frame, and then we could have longed this Dixie and placed a stop loss here and targeting at least these highs. You could have reverse engineered and basically shorted euro as well or GBP as well. It would have made zero difference in the outcome. Now let's come on to the fourth type of weekly profile that we are going to study today, that is seek and destroy Friday profiles. These are similar to the consolidation Thursday reversal profiles that we have studied just now. Just previously, that was the third profile we have studied, but in this case the liquidity sweep or the stop hunt happens on Friday, and the rest of the week is either slow or shows no volatility. So what was the consolidation Thursday reversal? It was that the rest of the week is quiet, and on Thursday we get the liquidity sweep due to a red folder news in the NY session. The seek and destroy Friday profiles are similar, that is the rest of the week we see no volatility or slow markets, and on Friday we have a red folder news in the NY session that causes a liquidity sweep of the higher time frame level or a stop hunt you can say, and then if we are bullish it closes back inside and we get a long towards the highs, and if we are bearish we get a sweep of the equal highs or a higher time frame level and price closes back inside the range again, and then we can short it towards the lows. So either case is possible in this as well, and the first and foremost scenario for this is that the entire week should be really slow or there shouldn't be any volatility. Then only we can apply seek and destroy Friday profiles. Okay, now let's see an example of seek and destroy bearish Friday example on a real chart. Here you can see we had a NFP release news, which is a red folder news on Friday. Okay, so what did we did? We took out the stops from these equal highs and closed back inside. This told us that we could have shorted here and targeted at least these lows, which could have been a 2 to 3 hour trade at least. Okay, and a thing to remember here is that the previous week was slow. You can see the previous week we had the Monday to Thursday had a slow days or no volatility, and on Friday we had an aggressive liquidity sweep and we closed back inside the range. So both conditions of seek and destroy profile were satisfied here. Slow week before Friday, and secondly liquidity sweep or stop hunts on the Friday red folder news in the NY session. Now let's look at a lower time frame for the Dixie chart to confirm the execution on this trade. Here you can see price came and took out the intra-week highs, okay, here, and closed back inside the range. Here you can see it closed back inside the range. We got an execution trigger when the market structure shift happened on the 15 minutes, and here we could have executed placing a stop above these highs, targeting at least these lows. So this could have been at least a 1 to 2 hour trade. So now let's move on to our last and final profile. Consolidation, midweek, rally or decline. This is our fifth weekly profile. Now what is this profile meant for? This profile is basically meant for breakout or breakdown scenarios. The first four profiles, now listen to this carefully. The profiles from 1 to 4 were for ranging or consolidating markets. And this fifth profile is the only profile for trending breakdown or breakout scenarios. So now let's see what happens in this type of profiles. In this type of profiles, price first of all breaks through the higher time frame level on a red folder news, then it consolidates in this daily candle above the higher time frame level, and then we can long it on a liquidity sweep of the lower time frame range. I know it is sounding quite difficult right now, but we will look at a real time chart example in just 1 minute and then it will be clear. Similarly, for the bearish example, we break the higher time frame level on Thursday on a red folder news, and then we consolidate in this daily candle and then liquidity sweep to the above side, and then we move towards the downside. So let's look at a real-time chart example to clarify all the stuff. Here you can see we had a consolidation, midweek, decline and rally profile. How did I know that? Because these equal highs were tested once, twice, thrice and fourth time it break out of these equal highs. Now what I am looking for after a breakout? After a breakout, I am looking for a lower time frame range to form. And then I am looking for a liquidity sweep of these lows and a closure back inside to long towards the highs of this range, of this lower time frame range. So here you can see we broke out of the level when we tested it for the fourth time and we're forming a lower time frame range here. So let's zoom on to this chart on the 30 minutes time frame. Here you can see we had this low on the 30 minutes time frame. We took out this on a red folder news. This was a red folder news and closed back inside the range. So I could have taken a long here, placing a stop loss beneath the low and targeting at least these highs. This was on a red folder news. So this is our fifth weekly profile, that is consolidation, midweek, rally and decline. And this is the only profile that considers breakouts and breakdown, and the other four profiles were for ranging markets. Okay, so the first four profiles 1 to 4 were for ranging markets, and the fifth profile is for breakdown or breakout scenarios. Now let's move on to our last topic, that is high probability way of trading weekly profiles. Now the three steps to consider for trading weekly profiles in a high probability manner are: first of all, identify whether the market is consolidating or trending, that is either it is ranging or trending. Now the first four profiles that I have told you above as well, that 1 to 4 are for consolidating or ranging markets, and the fifth profile is for breakout, breakdowns or trending markets. Okay, so first of all, see whether the market is consolidating or trending and apply the profiles accordingly. If the market is consolidating or ranging, you will apply the profiles 1 to 4. If it is trending or breakouting, you will apply profile 5. After deciding which profile you have to apply, identify the higher time frame PD array and wait for the red folder news to happen. After the red folder news has happened and the price has taken out the higher time frame PD array, look for execution on lower time frames such as 15 and 1 hour. Okay, so let's move on to an example of how I would trade weekly profiles in a high probability manner. Here you can see this is a consolidation Thursday reversal bearish weekly profile. Which profile number was this? This was the third profile. So here you can see we have a high, or you can say a structural high. Structural high would be a better word for this one because there are no two highs here. So this would be a structural high. Price came and took out this structural high at the red folder news. Now I would be looking for market structure breaks on time frames such as 15 minutes or 30 minutes to execute my trade. Now let's look at a lower time frame chart. Here you can see on the 1 hour, after taking this high, my market structure shifted and I got an entry at either this turtle soup or this turtle soup, targeting at least these lows. Okay, so this would have been at least a 1 to 2.5 hour trade. So I hope these weekly profiles were clear.